The Gaza Strip awoke to a seismic shift in power. Hamas announced Yahya Sinwar as its new leader. This followed the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran. Sinwar, known for his militant past, now leads Hamas. The announcement sent shockwaves through the region. Sinwar evokes strong reactions. To his supporters, he embodies resistance. To his detractors, he is a ruthless militant. His ascension raises questions about the future. The world watches with bated breath. Born in a refugee camp in Gaza, Yahya Sinwar's life is intertwined with the Palestinian struggle. From a young activist to a militant, his journey reveals the forces that shaped him. Sinwar joined Hamas in the 1980s. Arrested in 1988, he was sentenced to 4 life terms. Prison became his crucible, rising through Hamas ranks. Released in 2011, he returned a hardened warrior. Sinwar emerged as a staunch hardliner, unwavering in armed resistance. Sinwar's rise to the helm of Hamas marks a potential shift in the group's trajectory. Known for his pragmatic approach and deep understanding of Hamas's military capabilities, Sinwar's decision-making will be closely scrutinized. His predecessor, Ismail Haniyeh, often adopted a more conciliatory tone. Sinwar is perceived as a hawk. Analysts believe Sinwar's leadership could heighten tensions with Israel. His commitment to armed resistance suggests a reduced likelihood of diplomatic breakthroughs. Section 4. The world reacts with apprehension. The international community reacted to Sinwar's appointment with a mixture of apprehension and condemnation. Western governments, long wary of Hamas's militant stance, expressed concerns over his past pronouncements and his commitment to armed resistance. The United States, which designates Hamas as a terrorist organization, condemned the appointment and reiterated its commitment to Israel's security. European nations also expressed concerns, urging Sinwar to renounce violence and engage in meaningful negotiations. Israel, for its part, reacted with predictable fury. Prime Minister Naftali Bennett denounced Sinwar as a ruthless terrorist and vowed to hold him personally responsible for any attacks emanating from Gaza. The Israeli government placed its security forces on high alert, fearing a resurgence of violence. The reactions underscore the challenges Sinwar faces in navigating the diplomatic arena. His hardline stance and his history of militancy make him a difficult interlocutor for the international community. Section 5. Navigating a volatile landscape. Sinwar assumes leadership at a time of heightened volatility in the region. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict remains intractable, with peace talks stalled for over a decade. The Gaza Strip, under a crippling Israeli blockade, faces a dire humanitarian crisis. Internally, Hamas faces its own set of challenges. The group has been criticized for its authoritarian rule in Gaza and its suppression of dissent. The economy is in shambles, with unemployment rampant and basic services on the verge of collapse. Sinwar must navigate these complex challenges with limited resources and a wary international community. His ability to balance the demands of his constituents with the need to avoid a full-blown conflict with Israel will be put to the test. He must also contend with internal divisions within Hamas. While he enjoys the support of the group's military wing, there are elements within the political leadership who favor a more pragmatic approach. Sinwar's ability to maintain unity within the organization will be crucial for his long-term success. Section 6. The future of Hamas under Sinwar. The future of Hamas under Yahya Sinwar's leadership remains uncertain. His appointment marks a potential turning point for the organization, with implications that extend far beyond the borders of Gaza. His hardline stance and his commitment to armed resistance suggest a continuation of the status quo, with the potential for increased tensions and violence. However, Sinwar is also known for his pragmatism and his ability to make calculated decisions. He faces the daunting task of improving the lives of Palestinians in Gaza while navigating the complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Whether he chooses the path of confrontation or seeks a more pragmatic approach, will determine the fate of Hamas and the prospects for peace in the region. The world watches with a mixture of anxiety and anticipation. The stakes are high, and the consequences of Sinwar's leadership will reverberate for years to come.